What's up, guys? It's Beachbody again, and Phil Heath has body dysmorphia. The guy said it, the guy suffers from it, and this just shows how far it can actually stretch in terms of who it affects. You don't have to be massively overweight or obviously insecure to suffer.
Bodybuilding taught me how to be strong, mentally, physically, and emotionally. My secret is just hard work, dedication. But I'm in the zone. I will not be stopped. Yeah!
What's up, guys? It's Beachbody again, and Phil Heath has body dysmorphia. The guy said it, the guy suffers from it, and this just shows how far it can actually stretch in terms of who it affects. You don't have to be massively overweight or obviously insecure to suffer. Now, for those of you who may not know who Phil Heath is a 7-time Mr. Olympia winner, very, very successful in terms of bodybuilding. He's an ex-basketball player, he's known as the Dream Killer. The guy is unstoppable. The guy's had an incredible physique and an incredibly successful career in bodybuilding, building a career off what it looks like, being the best physique in the world for such an extended period of time, non-stop. And Phil has recently unofficially retired from bodybuilding in the last few years. There's talk of a comeback, which may be happening this year in 2023. Who knows? I'm also going to cover a video on that as well. But for now, let's talk about body dysmorphia. Phil Heath has it. This guy looks incredible. But recently, he made a video talking about how he suffered from body dysmorphia for years. He made another post even more recently with the caption discussing how he's always suffered with body dysmorphia, how he's felt it for years, how he didn't look in the mirror and see something amazing. He looked in the mirror and saw something that needed work. And that's a lot of us, guys. That's probably most people. But some people are affected more than others. A lot of people are self-critical, but they don't necessarily suffer from body dysmorphia. And a lot of people won't even realize they suffer from it. And they're the worst cases, because you will just hate yourself and not realize it's all in your own head. Now, body dysmorphia is a condition in which you see yourself completely differently in the mirror or in photographs to how you are in real life and how you look to other people. In fact, statistically, it's been shown by experts that approximately 1 in 100 people suffer from BDD, body dysmorphia disorder. And that is an astounding rate at which people are suffering from this condition, especially since it is something that is developed in your own mind. It isn't necessarily something that's a disease that can actually grow, that physically manifests. And it is something that can be taken away by treatment, by therapies, by just self-confidence and knowing your own worth. There's classes for people who suffer from the same thing. You can always go to a friend, you can always talk to family. But at first, you're not going to feel like these are effective treatments, because you're not going to see that it is just an issue in your own psyche. You're going to believe that there is actually genuinely a problem with yourself. And that's why this disorder is so prevalent in today's society, because we are a society that hugely revolves around how attractive you are. Whether we want to accept it or not, it's not specifically great for myself, because as you can see, I'm not the most great looking guy, but we have to be truthful here, guys. We are living in an increasingly toxic society where it really, really matters what you look like, how high your hair is, how good your hairline is, how great your jawline is. Men and women are both being forced to live in a society where it matters more about what you look like than who you are as a person. And I personally think that is horrible. I don't think that's something that we should be moving towards. I think that's something we should move away from. I'm making this video because there are going to be people who are going to watch this, hopefully, and will understand at the end of this video that it doesn't matter who you are, how strong you are mentally, how great you look physically. You can still suffer from body dysmorphia, but you're not on your own. And there are several things you can do to combat body dysmorphia disorder, and you'll feel like you used to do when you were a kid, when you didn't care what you looked like, when life was so much simpler, when you didn't get around worrying about what other people are thinking of you. I've heard loads of people say around me in the past that you don't have body dysmorphia if you're aware that you have body dysmorphia, and I don't really know how true and how accurate that really is. For example, I think I have body dysmorphia, but not because I think I look better to everyone else, because I see something I'm really not happy with day in, day out. Maybe that's me being self-critical from a bodybuilding standpoint, but I constantly am unhappy with my appearance. There's something I'd like to change here, there's something I'd like to change there, but other people may just be being kind, but regardless, they always tell me that's not the case, or they just don't notice that. That is an indicator to me having body dysmorphia disorder. It's not always just that you can't have body dysmorphia disorder because you know you've got it. It isn't that simple. Use your common sense. If you're constantly picking out problems with the way you are and the way you look, and other people just don't notice it or don't care about it, maybe that's a sign of body dysmorphia, in that You think there's something massively wrong with you, and it's just not there. You're seeing something, you're seeing a problem that just doesn't exist. You need more confidence in yourself, guys. You're worth so much more than just what you look like and that tiny little imperfection that you think you might have. That doesn't define who you are. Someone as successful as Phil Heath, someone who has a body as great as Phil Heath, the success from how he looks as good as Phil Heath, the reputation of Phil Heath, if he can suffer from body dysmorphia, obviously so can you. That doesn't mean you're worth any less, and it doesn't mean these insecurities are real, or if they are real, it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that that defines who you are. At the end of the day, the take-home message from my video is if you do suffer from body dysmorphia disorder and it's something like the way your body is, the way you are shaped, easily overcome that, guys. All you need to do is understand that there are people around you who can be a great support system, who will tell you the honest truth, that a lot of it is in your head, and that with great diet and exercise, something that I always preach, you can turn the situation massively around. Whether you actually look as bad as you think you do, or whether it is entirely in your head, you can do something about it to make yourself the best version of yourself and make yourself that 1% more confident. You don't have to jump from not confident at all to Dwayne Johnson overnight. But what you can do is make small changes to your eating habits, to your training habits, make yourself a little bit more social, ask for help, and that way you can improve yourself day by day, little by little. But the take-home message from this video, apart from that, is love yourself no matter what. As long as you're trying to make yourself that little bit better every day, not just physically like I'm talking about now, but mentally, emotionally, spiritually, give something back, love your family, love your friends, be a good Samaritan, do good deeds, you will be a beautiful person. Doesn't matter how bad your body dysmorphia may be, you will still be a beautiful person inside and out, whether you see it or not. Ending this video here, guys. I hope that helps someone. I'll see you in the next one.